Offers over could cost you big. Queensland's crackdown on misleading listings. In Queensland's dynamic real estate market, transparent and accurate property advertising isn't just best practice, it's a legal imperative. With recent legislative changes and heightened scrutiny, understanding and adhering to advertising regulations is crucial for real estate professionals. Understanding misleading or deceptive conduct. Under Section 18 of the Australian Consumer Law, ACL, it's unlawful to engage in conduct that is misleading or deceptive or is likely to mislead or deceive in trade or commerce. This encompasses any statements, actions, or omissions that could give a false impression to consumers regardless of intent. In Queensland, Section 212 of the Property Occupations Act 2014 reinforces this by prohibiting licensees or real estate salespersons from making false or misleading representations about property transactions. Breaching this provision can result in penalties of up to $87,102 or 540 penalty units. Ouch. Common pitfalls in property advertising. Offers over pricing. Using offers over pricing can be problematic if the advertised price is below what the seller is willing to accept. The practice, known as bait advertising, is prohibited. The offers over price should reflect the minimum amount the vendor is prepared to accept, as specified in your Form 6. Number 2, misleading photographs. Digitally enhancing images that significantly alter the property's appearance can mislead potential buyers. Ensure that photographs accurately represent the property's current state. It may also be considered misleading to digitally alter a photograph to remove images from the background that may be considered undesirable, such as electricity towers, items that obscure views, or objects in neighbouring properties. Number 3, false or misleading representations. Any false or misleading statements about a property's features, value, or other material aspects can constitute a breach of the ACL. This includes exaggerations or omissions that could influence a buyer's decision. Even something like a fake testimonial is likely to mislead or deceive and be a breach of Section 29 of the ACL. Legal consequences. Engaging in misleading or deceptive conduct can result in severe penalties. Individuals, fines of up to $2.5 million per breach, and corporations, fines of up to $50 million or 3 times the value of the benefit obtained, or 30% of the corporation's turnover during the breach period, whichever is greater. Upcoming changes. Significant changes are on the horizon with the commencement of the Property Law Act 2023 on 1st of August 2025. This introduces a mandatory seller's disclosure regime requiring sellers to provide prospective buyers with a disclosure statement and prescribed certificates before a contract of sale is signed. Failure to comply can grant buyers the right to terminate a contract at any time up to settlement. The last thing you want is to get this wrong. Losing the deal will be the least of your worries, if the mistake could amount to misleading and deceptive conduct. If you're unsure or stressed about these upcoming changes, there's a link in the blog to our upcoming free in-person seminar on seller's disclosure. Come along and learn. And also, guys, if you don't have the appetite for managing this seller's disclosure regime within your real estate agency, we're happy to help and take this off your plate. Just quickly, best practices for compliance. Accurate pricing. Make sure all of your advertised prices reflect the seller's genuine expectations. Truthful representations. Avoid exaggerations and ensure all property descriptions are factual. Transparent imagery. Use current and unaltered photographs that accurately depict the property. Client education. Informing clients about their obligations under the law to prevent inadvertent breaches. And regular training to stay up to date with the latest regulations and best practices through continuing professional development. Adhering to these guidelines not only ensures compliance with the law, but also builds trust with clients and maintains the integrity of the real estate profession. For more detailed information, please refer to the Queensland Government's guidelines on property advertising and the REIQ's insights on misleading and deceptive conduct. Thanks, guys. Hope you learned something. So next time you're photoshopping the Brisbane River blue, just keep in mind what is misleading and what is deceptive and make sure you don't do it. That's it for this week. There's all the social media channels you can follow along to stay up to date with the latest in property law. We're up to 2,700 5-star Google reviews. Thanks everyone for your support and we'll see you next week. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that all advice is general in nature and does not constitute legal advice. This is authorised by George Souris Empire Legal, Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia.